All right, everyone, welcome back to the Tamiya Ducati build and step 26, where we're going to have a whole lot of painting to go on this step, and we've got a lot of parts to cut out and get ready. So we are going to trim some parts, but after this step we are done and mounting all the handlebars and the grips, and the front wheel be completely screwed down and mounted to the rest of the frame. So let's try to gather some parts. Let's start with D31. We're going to need 2 of those. D31 is right here, so we're going to need 2 of those. We're beginning to run out of parts on some of these screws, which means we're getting closer to the end. All right, we need D31, 2 of those, which are right there. Try not to lose these pieces. It's doing my nails at the same time. All right, so that's cleaned up, 2 of those. And those are going to be painted. The outside edge is going to be LP1, which is kind of a gloss black. So LP1 will be used, and LP48, which is a sparkling silver, will be the center parts of those. So what we'll probably do, paint them gloss black and then just paint the silver tops. That might be easier. So we'll shoot those. We'll probably just hand brush them. All right, so the next piece we need is D23, which was right next to it. And be careful, don't cut those off thinking those are sprues, because they're not. They are parts of what we need. So that is ready. That's going to be painted, the main part of the body is, it's not telling me, LP72. So that LP72 is mica silver. So we'll shoot that with the airbrush, and then we'll come back in and hand paint those, because it's calling for those canisters to be a mixture of LP19, which we've mixed this before. I may still have some over there. LP19, which is gunmetal, with clear orange LP53. So we'll just mix that 1-to-1 and paint those by hand, with the tops of these being semi-gloss black, which is LP5. So we're using a lot of different paints, so we're going to paint that silver first. So then we're going to grab D19 and D20, because those get painted the sparkling silvers, or not sparkling silver, but LP72, which again was mica silver. Gosh, sparkling silver, mica silver. So we'll grab 19. Okay. I'm gonna shave a little bit off of here, because something's gonna go on there, and so when I get paint, I'll probably just shave it again. All right, so that is LP72 and its buddy. And then go right back down to D33, which is also LP72. All right, LP72 on that one. Now, I'm cutting this off, because if you notice here in the directions it's telling you to cut that off, you probably wouldn't have noticed that, because I didn't. I'm going to sand in one direction because I don't want to come back on that and then have it break. Okay, LP72. All right, we've cut that. We've cut that. 19. So we've cut all the parts for that section. So now we can come over here to D30, which is LP71, which is not what we're painting right now. We're painting LP72. LP30, most likely we're just going to glue that on and paint it when it's done. That'll be like a last step. In fact, I'm going to throw it in with my screws so I don't lose it. All right, so now we're going to come over here and we are on to two pieces, B31 and B32 and B30, so 3 pieces. And then it shows how to install them here. But it's going to be a lot of painting on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors just on these little handlebars or grips, whatever you want to call them. That's C, not B. All right. So we get the B sprue. And we're going to grab B32 and B30 and B31. Get this as close as I can because it's those are the parts that get really fragile. You don't want to bend them or sand them. And when you clean them, just make sure you're taking your time. So I'm going to try to cut it as close as I can. All right. So we got all the parts cleaned out for this step, or not cleaned out, but snipped out. So we're just going to continue cleaning, kind of bracing that with my finger so I'm not bending it too much. Trying not to break it. So this whole part, most likely I'm going to try to brush paint everything that's on here. Yeah, I might go ahead and paint everything, the LP5, and then come back in and paint everything by hand. I think it's just gonna be easier that way. So clean this all up, bracing it with my thumb again because I don't want to push too hard on it, bend it and snap it. So I'm being real careful. And it's only from experience that I'm saying that, because I've broken numerous parts that shouldn't have been broken because I was too in a hurry or not paying attention. And I don't want to do that again. So that is ready. So I am going to go paint all of these parts LP72, the mica silver. We're going to go paint that, and then I'll be back to start doing some hand brushing on other things. So I shall be right back. All right, we got the handlebars painted all semi-gloss black, LP5. Ka-chow. We have the center part painted LP72. And we have all the other parts that go below that, LP72. And then we have these two parts, which I've already moved one, painted LP48. And so now I'm going to go and start picking up all the LP1, the gloss black areas. Here, 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 here. Anywhere that says LP1, I'm going to attack with LP1. I'm sorry, I didn't show you. LP1. So I'll paint and keep quiet. I will keep quiet. All right. LP1, LP1. Let's see where else we need LP1. LP1's over here on the handles. And so right there, that's it. LP5 is right there. So we'll grab LP1 on there. All right. We have the LP1 painted. So now we're going to look at the next color that we have to do. I'll let those dry. And let's go back to this side. And what we can do is mix our LP19 and our LP58 or LP53 and LP19. We're going to mix those together so we can paint those canisters. So we're going to do that right now. All right. Mix that together. All right, so we got that painted. So when that dries, I'm going to put just a little bit more orange on it. But now we're going to grab LP5 semi-gloss black and paint the caps to that area and everything else that is called for LP5. So on this side, LP5 is the lids, so we're going to wait on those. On this side, all right, so I'm try to grab that. And we're going to grab our LP5, what's left of it. I've got to get out to go get some more. All right, so we're going to paint our LP5. Sorry if I'm doing some of this off screen, but I have to put on my glasses and it's hard to get my head down in here. Now back to our handles. So on this section right here is LP5, and this section right here is LP5. So we'll get that done. All right. LP5 is done. All right. So LP5, LP1, the orange is done. So now on the handles, we need to pick up LP71 and LP63. So, and then once everything's dry, we'll go back in and paint some of the red buttons that are a call out. So everything's good so far. So we're going to paint the end of the handle grips here, LP63, which is titanium silver. Now, let's look over here and see if we have any LP63 since we're open. All right, so we're done with LP63. So we need to add this part now, which is LP71. Which is champagne gold. All right, so we're going to paint this section here all the way around. Other than a panel wash, that is all the painting that we need to do. So I am going to clean everything up and be back to start some assembly. All right, so we are going to assemble all of this stuff over here. So we're going to need this part right here, which is D23. And we're going to need our D31s. Okay. So we just have to put one here and one here. All right, we're just going to drop the glue in here and let it go all around. We're going to grab one of these and drop it right in there. We'll probably put a little panel wash in there just to... Okay, so that one is in. So do the other one. All right, so that step is done. So we just put D31, both of them, into D23. So now we're going to grab D19 and glue it underneath. So D19, gotta figure these out. This is where we might find out if we need to do some touch-ups or not. So this is D19, and it goes on to this one. So we're gonna grab some glue in there. We're just gonna glue that right in there. Make sure it's seated. And that looks good. So then we're gonna do the other one. And like a glove, it fits right down there as I drop it. What I should do is put it on there. So there we go. That one's on, that one's on. So now we grab D33, these two little bad boys. And they go right in here. So it looks like the open forks go to the outside. So basically, we're gonna grab it just like that. And it's gonna go, let's see how it looks first. Okay, so if you look back here, there's a little peg back here and there's a little hole right here. So it has to go all the way around to the back. Let's just grab this one then, since it's going to be difficult. So basically it's going to go right back there. That might be the way to do it. So that one's on. So then we're going to go this one. And that one fits right on there. A little dab of glue right down in the center part. And that's good. All right, so that assembly is done. And we can put it on the bike like it calls for and seal it down. So we'll move the bike over here where we can reach it. Move some stuff around. And this, so we've got these two parts will go right here. So we'll add a little, well, it says not to glue, so I'm not going to glue it. So trying to get those to line up. Okay, so it says we need this big screw. It's the last screw, so we can go ahead and measure it just for poops and giggles. But it's the only screw left, so it's the right screw. So it goes down right in the center. And we're just going to tighten until we can't tighten anymore. So now we have our front fork completely on. We have all of our wires on. And we are ready for, still need our F wire coming up here, which we do. Still got that tucked away. So it looks like it's pinching somewhere. There we go. There we go. And we'll just bring it up closer to the frame. There we go. So we have all of our vinyl tubing up where it's supposed to be. Now we can glue. I'm going to loosen it just a hair so it turns a little bit easier. So now we will grab our little cap that we didn't want to lose, which is, and then I almost lose it, which is D30. So we're going to drop that right in the top, and that covers up that screw. So I'm going to put some glue first down along that neck. And there that goes, which we didn't paint. It needs to be LP71. So I'm going to grab LP71, which is that gold color again, champagne gold. So we are going to just dab that real quick, or else I'll forget. And what we'll do is, once all this paint is dry, I'll come in with a little panel line here, 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 and we'll help that jump out a little bit more. So, pretty excited. We are close to getting on to painting body parts and all that good kind of stuff. So now we need to put our handle grips on. So B32 is the one that only has one, so this is right. So B32 is this one, and it goes, and that's what I was afraid of. You get a little bit of paint on here and it gets a little bit tighter than you're used to. So I am going to I'm just going to loosen it a little bit more. See if that doesn't get me a little bit more play. Oh, that's why. I'm trying to fit it on like it's just round, but it's not. It has a little bit of a I've got to paint the red on here real quick. I painted a little bit. Now, anything that was calling for red, like a button, like right here, where is it? XF7? Nope, sorry. LP7, right here on the end of here. I painted it silver first, just so that way red pops better if it's not on black. So there's two places where I had to do that. So I'm going to grab my really good brush here. So this silver right here needs to be red. Okay, so that is on there, red. So we can grab you and slide you. Okay, those go on just perfect. So I've got a little red bar there. And this little piece right here also has a red button on it, which I've painted silver. So I'm going to go ahead and get that painted red. We'll get that on here in a minute, and that will be the last piece for this part. Pretty excited. Okay. So now we can grab all right. So this piece right here goes on, if you look right here, if you look right on this part right here, it's got a kind of a peg, and under here it's got a hole. So that little lever that alligator clip is holding on to, it shows that going to the outside of the bike. So like this. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right there. And I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna drop it right. Just like that. Just like that, we are done with step 26. So we have everything on. We have everything looking pretty good. It turns, which I'm still trying to figure out where this comes into play, because that's supposed to, I think, should turn, but I don't know. So I will wrap this step up and bid you adieu, clean up my mess, and thank you guys for watching. I really am enjoying doing this as my first video, and I'm enjoying the comments I'm getting from you guys. So keep it coming when you can. If you're new to this channel and would like to subscribe, please do so. It helps me out. And thank you. We'll see you for the next step, where it'll be attaching the battery, step 27, and attaching the last of the wires. We're going to do 27 and 28, because then we start on 29, the seat cowling, and then we're about 10 steps from finishing. So I'm pretty excited. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.